Alright guys, Steve Lab here. I'm gonna do a little review on this knockout tool. Now this company had sent me this knockout tool. They asked me if I would do a review on it, and I told them I would. They sent me one, I would do an honest review. It's a knockout tool for condenser fan motors, and probably use it on squirrel cage fans, but it is a fan blade removal tool. So what they recommend you do is, obviously, you sand the shaft down good with sandpaper. I just got some mesh here. Hit the shaft with some oil, WD-40 or Creo oil, whatever you have, lubricating oil, penetrating oil, and a hammer. I got myself a little 3-pound hammer. Probably don't need a hammer that heavy, but what I got here is also these are some of the other pullers I usually use. This one here is very common that I use a lot, but this is a crank type. Here's another smaller one that's a crank type, and this one here is for stuff for oil burners and stuff, smaller stuff. And I got a couple other ones, but them are some of my other pullers that I use. And I'm thinking I'm gonna like this knockout puller. We'll take it out of the package and we'll go over the stuff with you. Alright, before I do that, I got a couple of squirrel cage fan. This one came out of the old carrier unit. This one came out of that old carrier unit that was paired up to this heat pump. This is an old carrier heat pump. So this fan's I'm gonna take it all apart. I'll put the fan on top, we'll prep it, and we'll knock out the fan blade. I got a Goodman here. This is a 4-ton Goodman. The condenser's down there, but I just had the top, so what I'll do is I'll prep that and we'll get that one going also. So I got a Goodman, carrier, train, and a Rudd. I got an American Standard there, but it's the same thing as a train. I also got another one over here I might grab, and we might try this one too. It's an old carrier, spine fin carrier. I could probably, easy enough, grab that and yank that one out. I might do that one too. And I got more over here. I got a York. Here's the Goodman that I got the fan out of. I got all kinds of stuff, all kinds of. Here's another. I'm not sure what kind that is. That might be an ICP. And I got a whole bunch of other ones in there, I got all kinds of stuff in here. But anyway, we're going to concentrate on these over here and pull them out. So what I'll do is I'll get these apart and on top, and then they'll go through the prepping process and we'll bang them out and see how they come out. Alright guys, so let's take this knockout tool apart and see what we got to work with here. There's a little cam for the smaller shafts. This way here, you're in the middle. Little Allen screw thingamajig. I guess they want you to put the different size Allen keys. If you lose one, maybe they give you another one. No, different threads. One's a fine thread and one's a coarse thread. See it? So what they want to do is they want you to put this inside, the keyhole, which makes sense. You got the two different sizes, fine and regular thread. Put them up top here so I don't lose them. You got the hardened steel pin that goes inside, like that. And then you got this, and this is for different size hubs, obviously, to get it where you want it. Does that make sense? Could you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Thing's not that heavy. Makes sense to me. You just have to prep it and get it on there, and we'll give it a try. Let me get this stuff prepped. And I'll leave a link in the description where you could buy this thing. I'll have a link, Amazon link or whatever, on the description where you could pick one of these up if you wanted one. But there's the company. Like I said, they're not paying me to do this. They just sent me one, asked me if I would do a review, and I said yes. Always wear safety glasses and be aware of the motor. Can release quickly in the fan blade. Watch your feet, very important. Move screw set and fan blade hub. Thoroughly clean rust from shaft with emery cloth. Lubricate with Prenetin oil and let it sit for 3 minutes. Use correct end of sleeve and insert into the base of knockout tool. Insert pilot screw into tool and hand tight into set screw hole. Tighten retaining screws. Drop shrink pin into hole and knockout tool. Rubber grip portion of tool and aim away from body. Obviously when you whack it, you don't want it to slam you on the feet, so what I'm going to probably do is have it on top here so when I hit it, it doesn't drop so far. Strike pin with a heavy hammer until motor shaft falls through. Very important for desired results. Do not skip. I got a couple of these. You know, I hit them with the stuff and I could take these off by hand, so I'm not going to use that one obviously. I could take that one off by hand. That was the one for... I'm going to do a legitimate test. That was the one for the train. The one for the Goodman, I cleaned it up. I hit it with some juice and she come off by hand. I could take this one off by hand too, so this one also. That one there from the carrier, the old carrier unit, I could pop that one off by hand. This one come off by hand also, so I'm not going to do those. I got 4 here that I found that I couldn't move. This is a real hard one. This is going to be a true test because I did try taking this out with my puller and it wouldn't come out. So obviously you could see I'm going to have to, you know, grind that so it's flat, and then I'll clean the shaft and we'll hit that one. We'll see if we can get that one out. That's going to be a true test. That's going to be a tough one. This one here wouldn't come out by hand. The old carrier, but spine fin. This one here is the old the York unit, the micro channel York unit. That's not coming off by hand. So I've been letting this soak for a while, so we'll hit that one. So that's 1, 2, 3, and also this one here, not coming off by hand. And been hitting that, and we'll try that. So there's going to be 4. This one's going to be a true test, so that's a real tough one. And like I said, these other ones are coming off by hand, so I'm not going to try the puller on that. That's kind of a... So some of these I lubed up, I cleaned them good, give them a little whack, and they come off by hand. So there's 4 that come off loose by hand, and there's 4 that we're gonna try the tool on. Got to do an honest review, guys. Alright, so the carrier one, this is an whole unit, man. We're going to try it. Like I said, I've been hitting this one for a while, so when I whack it with the thing and it falls, it's gonna hit the unit, so it's not going to kill me. Actually, what's going to happen, this shaft should come off, this fan blade should come off, so we'll try it. Make sure, see how that fits on there like that? You got to get the proper one so the shaft's in the middle. And there's, you know, there's different sizes, so that's the size we need right there. It's a fine thread, see? You can either have a fine or coarse. So it's the fine. This one's the fine thread. You could see with these, the only thing I don't like about these is these should probably be nuts instead of this, so it'd be easier to tighten. Alright guys, you can see these Allen screws here. Would be nice if they would have had a hex head on them. I was going to put regular screws in there, but I don't think the ones I got hardened, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to mess with it. I got an Allen key. But I would like to have seen these with a regular hex head on them. So that's going to go inside the shaft where the other one was, so obviously that goes in that shaft. Okay, that's going in the shaft there. Make sure these are all in there right. Half of this thing is the prep. You know, I want to make sure everything's tight on there. So, like I said, it would have been nice to have. Okay, that's it. We should be ready to rock and roll, man. We'll make sure we're tight. And that's inside there, so that's going to definitely come out. There ain't no doubt about it. I like the idea that they have those two set screws. Okay, so that's going to be it. Here we go. Here's the truth. Can you guys see? All right, here we go, guys. Worked out pretty good. Took a couple of hits, but she come out. Oh man! Make little. Nice setup. Alright guys, here's the other one. I could have used this on that other job I was on. It's an 18-inch blade. That's what I needed. I should have came here and dug it out. Can you guys see that? Yeah, it's looking okay. That's the York micro channel one. Oh, again, we'll make sure we got the proper. We want to make sure we get it in there right. That's the key to it. Get that thing in there right. There it goes. Like I said, it would have been nice to have regular heads on here where you could grab it. Biggest thing with this is prep. You want to make sure you get this one that's inside that keyway in there good, because... Alright, here we go. Here's the truth. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, she come off nice. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to do is save these blades, throw them aside, because sometimes I need blades for jobs. Alright guys, you can see this one. I know that this one won't come off because I was on a job cranking on that other one, and I actually really muffed it up. So this was a Goodman. I had to get a new blade and a new motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind that down, because see how that's flattened over a little bit? I'll hit it with a file maybe. Hit it with a file. And we'll get some juice on it, and we'll try the thing on it. be a true test, man, if that thing works. This is the puller I tried to pull it off with last time and it didn't work. We'll give this thing a legitimate shot. We'll clean it good. We'll give it some juice on there. Okay, well, it's legitimate. We'll hit that. We'll give that a couple of minutes to soak in. Give it the 3 minutes, and we'll try it. If that thing works, I'm sold on this thing. Because like I said, I couldn't get that off with the other one. Couldn't get it off. I did try it twice. You can see 2 dimples in there. The second time I didn't have it right in the middle, but the first time I was pretty much in the middle there. So we'll see if it comes off, Mama. Alright, let's see which one we gotta use here. Okay, so it's this one here. And then we'll get this. The biggest thing is you gotta get that in there. You gotta get that. Okay, you had to go all the way down, kind of push on it a little bit. See the way this pitch blade is? This is a high pitched. See the pitch? Makes it a little harder to get to. Gotta make sure I get it. Man, that was a tough one to get that sucker in there. I mean, she's bottomed out to get it in there. I got it in there, but man, not an easy one. See what I mean by if you had the screws, it would work better? That's a bad part of this thing right there. Other than that, let's see if it gets it out. As long as it gets it out, I don't give a shit. Like I said, I couldn't get it out with my other puller, so let's see what happens with this one. It's not like I'm gonna wreck it because it's junk anyway. This thing's junk anyway. Alright guys, this is gonna be the true test if this sucker comes out of here. Like I said, I couldn't get it out with the other puller. I had to buy another motor and a fan blade, so we'll see. And it's tight. I made sure it was tight. Little tech tip. Next time, if I switch this blade around, you're better off pushing these in almost all the way. So once you get it down on a shaft, you just gotta tighten them a little bit. Makes it a lot easier. That'd be a little tech tip. Alright, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, here we go. Here's the one I couldn't get off with the other puller. Oh man. Wow. I mean, I'm whacking on it. Come on off there, Mama. I don't know. Is it coming? It's coming, bitch. come off. It wasn't easy, but she come off, Mama. Next level. Next level. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it come off. And that other puller wouldn't do it. You can see the other puller left some dents. Yeah, definitely worth getting. This puller wouldn't do it. That one did it. So I'm sold on it. Like I said, I would definitely change this and get some hardened steel screws for this. I would definitely get some hardened steel screws for this. But yeah, I'm glad they sent it to me. Appreciate it. I know this fan blade's all bent, but come off. Come off. That blade was bent before. But man, I put this thing through a test. Put a little lip on that bitch. Oh man, Steve's a real working man, Mama. Look at that. Put a tiny lip. I'll have to grind that. Oh yeah, Steve's a real working man, Mama. But you know, you get a lot of use out of it. That thing, I was really whacking on it. When I was hitting it like this, it was hurting my hand right here. I had to go down like this, and when I whack it, you don't want to have it like this, because when you whack it, it'll hit your hand. If you got it here, when you whack it, it can push down. That's another thing I found. Yeah, you don't want to be choked up like this. You could really hurt yourself. But the thing's definitely a nice piece of equipment. Alright guys, so this knockout tool did the job when this one couldn't. And you've seen me, I was hitting on it. I mean, I was really whacking on it. That's a 3-pound hammer there. And that was, like I said, I couldn't get that other one off. I had to get another motor and fan blade. So if I would have had this in the truck, it would have definitely worked. Like I said, I would get some hardened screws instead of those Allen screws, but you could use the Allen screws. This thing here stood up pretty good. It kind of peened over just a little, but I could file that down. I'm not worried about that. And this is the secret to it right here. These two pins. They go inside the chooch. So once that gets screwed in there, you know, it ain't slipping off. Another thing that I would probably recommend doing is maybe grinding it down a little bit, because a couple of times it was really hard for me to get it on. I mean, I was bottomed out. Might want to take a little. I could always put this on a grinder and grind a little bit more of this bottom edge off. I might do that myself, but I was able to use it on all of them so far. But like I said, you know, that little sleeve in there keeps everything in the center. Very good design. I'll leave a link, you know, in the description of the video. There it is. There's the telephone number if you wanted to call them direct. Worth getting, worth having. If they didn't send it to me, I would buy it, have it in the truck. If they didn't send it to me, I would buy it. I would have both, because sometimes you need, you know. Like I said though, to be honest, there was four of those motors that I pulled apart. I sanded it down, and I hit it with the juice, and they came off by hand. Sometimes you could just, you know, use the juice and an adjustable wrench, and you can get them off some of the times, but sometimes you can't. Some of these are really hard. Like this one here wouldn't have come off by hand, and we know that one there would have definitely not come off by hand. So that was a true test of the tool and its capabilities and what it can do. So definitely highly recommended to have it in your arsenal of tools for an HVAC handyman around the, you know, any kind of handyman could use this thing. And I definitely would recommend some kind of hammer with a little gundy to it. You want to be able to hit it. And like I said, you know, grab it down low like this, so when you hit it, it can slide. You don't want to be jacking on your hand like that, especially when you're hitting it hard. But hopefully that review helped you guys. I'll put a link in the description of the video where you can get this thing to Amazon or whatnot.